Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I guess I'll sneak another one out here. It's only, 32 degrees? So we're out in the Catskills, and we really haven't gotten that really ice cold sub-zero stuff yet. A couple days, but here and there. So, all right, getting right into this. This one is so fun. I really love this. By the way, yesterday's video sort of touched a nerve on some people. MAGA Republicans hate democracy, hate our country, right? A little irony there because they're the ones with the flags, suppose, whatever. I have a flag too. I'm born on the 4th. I talked about that. Like, no, dude, you're not co-opting that. Like the military and all of that stuff and the flag, patriotism, it's, you don't even know what you're talking about. So that's another thing. And I made the point of, I'm talking about MAGAs, MAGA Republicans, Trump shit. This is not the party of my father. My father was an old school establishment Republican, Reagan-like candidates, like I like Mitt Romney, Chris Christie, those sorts of guys. I even respect Bush. I hated him at the time and all that. Disagreed with him, but at least, whatever. So anyway, got some horrible comments. The algorithm hit a mega thing or whatever, and just, they're all lowlifes. Not all. If you have intelligent things to say, obviously I'll engage and all that. But when you start saying pedophile, all that shit, I'll just fucking, maybe not report you, but just fucking get rid of you. You know what I mean? Just remove your comment. So, all right, this one, as we all know, Republicans don't read. And again, let me make emphasis. MAGA Republicans don't read. Okay, so MTG, Marjorie, Toilet Green. Marjorie Trader Green has a new book called MTG, and it's not doing well at all. And it's like, wait, not like, I know she has some support, right? They don't read. They don't read. It's so funny. It's like last. They're losing money. Like, what a funny thing. I'm going to play a clip here from my guy, David Pakman. By the way, I can't say enough good things about David Pakman. Absolutely love this guy. My wife is like, oh my God, you got some sort of bromance. David Pakman. I go, I am so impressed with him. He is, I don't know what to say. He's flawless, and he speaks my language 100%. Such a reasonable, intelligent, and nice guy. I mean, I've never met him, but he seems like just a very nice guy. Okay, watch this David Pakman clip, and I'll talk afterwards.
Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote a book, supposedly, and the book has completely flopped. Why did the book flop? I'll give you one guess. It's because people who support Marjorie Taylor Greene do not read books. This is not ad hominem. This is a movement that has grown for 20 years where they take pride in not reading books, in not being educated, in laughing off and attacking academia and higher education as worthless liberal indoctrination. And so how the hell are you going to get a group of people that prides itself on ignorance, questions expertise, rejects empiricism? How are you going to sell them a book? It doesn't make any sense. There's a Newsweek article. Marjorie Taylor Greene's book is a flop, obviously. It's not performing well. She released her memoir. Imagine a memoir. Imagine thinking Marjorie Taylor Greene has led such an interesting and brave and courageous life that I need to know how she got to where she is. I need to know what is the story on Marjorie Taylor Greene. The book is called MTG.
Oh my God.
It came out a week ago.
Marjorie Toilet Green.
They are selling almost no copies. If you look on Amazon, there are only 8 reviews.
Oh my
That's
God.
it. This is my children's books have hundreds and one has thousands of reviews. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Look at some of these reviews. Marcia writes, what is she talking about? I was a huge supporter of her and voted for her twice, but this book is garbage. The only thing in it that's truthful is her name. Was going to buy it for family for Christmas, but glad I read it first. John Allen wrote, surprised. When I heard Marjorie had written a book, My initial thought was it must be a coloring book, but nope, sure enough, it's actually a
They're
book with
fucking,
words
this is
in
so
it.
good. I love it. This is too funny.
Wow, thought she was the congresswoman from the theater. Expected a centerfold, but she's the other one. Will probably return.
That's really
that
funny.
person thought this was a book by Lauren Boebert.
That's funny.
Greg writes, total fiction. I couldn't even get through half the book. Marjorie's living in a different world than most people. You can tell it stretches the truth and imagination. Why on earth would anyone think that Marjorie Taylor Greene's base would read books?
Exactly,
and I know it's going to say, I know it sounds like an ad hominem. It's just the reality.
They
Funny
take pride
story.
in it.
The other day, I was invited to a birthday party. And the birthday party was at someone's house who was not my friend. It was held somewhere else. And it turns out that one of the people who lives in that house is a very serious conservative. And it was an interesting thing when I walked in because I saw that there was actually a bookshelf. And this is not, you don't always see a bookshelf. Sometimes you don't notice it until you think about it, but there are people who have no books in their house, literally no books.
Which is nuts.
There were a bunch of books in this house, like two sort of shelves. I walk over. It's Glenn Beck's book. It's, Ted Cruz's book.
Jesus.
It's these sorts of things. And I got curious, so I picked up a couple of these books, and none of them had been read. You know how if you actually
that's
sit
too
and read
fucking
a
funny.
300-page book, as you turn the pages, the book takes on a certain feel
Yeah.
where the pages and the cover are no longer tight. You can tell that the book has been read.
Exactly.
None of these books
I
have been
highlight
read.
and
so
underline
the
stuff.
interesting thing is, in some cases, the book is sort of like it's sort of like a vase you might have, or it's sort of like an image you would put up on the wall to send a signal about your beliefs. It's not actually a tool for reading and gleaning information from. And for most of these folks, they're just not going to buy a book. The evidence is, after a week on Amazon, Marjorie Taylor Greene's book has only 8 reviews, and they are essentially all 1 star. You got to sell them something
It's
different,
fucking
Marjorie.
great. I
You should
love
know
it.
this by now.
Oh, that's so funny, man. They don't read books. Oh, it's so true. You know, we have family members. I don't like to talk about them, but they're magats. A couple of them are. You go to their house, no bookshelves, nothing. The guy read, I think, 2 books in his life. One was How to Shit in the Woods. He's a hunter, by the way. So the whole thing, the whole right-wing thing. Not that hunting, that's another story. But and then the other one was Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, that little pamphlet thing. So that is too funny. I love that clip there by David Pakman. So there you go. Anti-education, anti-reading. Like I always say, like, Trump has never read a book in his life. He's a fucking dummy. I'll give him. I'm not going to say he's dumb. He's intelligent in his own sort of way. He's just not scholarly or book read. He was a terrible student and won't even release his high school records. There's a scam getting into Wharton, all that. That's another whole video. But there you go. They don't read. They're idiots. Blah 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 blah. And they're angry. Every time I have an issue with someone, just kidding, I do my sort of informal survey. I go, hey, dude, when you call me terrible names or I'm a pedophile or some bullshit like that, like, hey, man, do you have a college degree? Zip, not one. I'm sure there's some people, I know, but the truth of the matter is they're anti-education, anti-everything, anti-book learning, all that, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Like and subscribe if you like the channel. By the way, just got my new cowboy hat, the flannel. How do you like that? I'm loving it. Cowboys playing tomorrow. They're great. They're playing great. They're 8-3, playing in Seattle. Okay, peace out, everyone.